We're starting right here. All right. Oh, first of all, I apologize again and again and again, 3 times. And I'm hoping now that by the end of this class, we would have caught up. So let's see. Okay.
Sir, question before you begin, sir. Will the class be recorded?
Will the class be?
Recorded, sir.
Not by me. I know what I'm going to say.
Would it be possible for you to give someone the permission to record it, sir? Would that be possible?
Permission granted.
Sir, I think it would have to be done. All right, leave it, sir. Continue with the class, sir.
You want it recorded. I'll ask the gentleman next time who is helping me. All right?
Okay,
Sir,
sir.
sir, you'll be sending the slides though, right, sir?
The slides as I have it, I've put it on the board, on the screen.
Sir, you're going to be sending it to us via email, sir?
Sending it's a lot of slides. So by next week I'll let you know how we're gonna deal with that part of it. Okay? It's a new world,
All right, sir.
so I'll check on that. Let's try get at least some work done. Anything else quickly? Okay? Are we all here?
Yes, sir. Good to go, sir.
Yes,
Good to
sir.
go. If you don't answer me now, I think you're gone. All right? And I know that can't be the case now because we don't start yet. All right. Okay. We'll start here. Eventually, somehow you get the slides. So let's not worry about that right now. Are you able to see anything online now?
Yes,
Anything?
sir.
Yes, sir. Wire manager is
Wire manager is
important.
important.
All right. So let's start right there. I know that's maybe something you have a lot of questions. A lot of business kind of invite this question. Why are managers important? And I mean, the first question you probably ask when you get into the world of business, why is that guy a manager? Why those people are managers? You have to start to question, you know? And then suddenly, Mr. So-and-so get promoted. Promoted, why? Well, because he's friends with the friend of the boss. Oh, that was not in your contract. Okay. So life has many twists, very many twists. So management is just one of them. And unfortunately, management is a way that people can get moved up the ladder, moved into more money without valuing it. And people get confused as to why is that guy a manager? Why is that lady a manager? Okay. The real reason people are managers and why important is organizations need their managerial skills and ability more than ever in these uncertain, complex, and chaotic times. You know, that statement probably didn't carry that much weight a year ago, but the challenges that we are all faced with now, manager or not, makes you have to wonder where are we going? Okay? Managerial skills and abilities are critical in getting things done. In survival, you have to kind of know what you're doing. You can't leave things to chance anymore, right? Quality of the employee supervisor relationship is the most important variable in productivity and loyalty. Have to really get those things correct. And you know what you find sometimes in industry? The person who knows everything is a person who is has been in the system for a long, long, long time and is just unfortunate not to be in the line to get promoted. There's always somebody ahead of them for other reasons that get promoted. Regular reasons like family. Yeah. If you are family, you can get promoted above long service. But these are things that happen. So who are managers really? Someone who coordinates and oversees the work of others so that organizational goals can be accomplished. I don't know if you're digging deep into these sentences as I portray them to you. Because especially you folks that are in management, in businesses, sometimes you get promoted and the person behind you is looking at you because he was looking at your job. Hmm. And then bad mind start to take over. You know what I mean? And then people
Sure.
start to act differently towards you. Little boy just come and want to earn a lot of money. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. So, who are managers? Jamaican managers. Now, that is something that we really should spend a good class and talk about because there are certain rules that you operate by that may not apply overseas, but are definitely the foundation of Jamaican managers. I'll give you an example. The language that we speak. If you have been in industry for a long time, you might have a senior job, but you're not very versed in English. But people look on English as one of the first means of education. If you speak well, they believe you understand things well. Is that true?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. To some extent.
Just okay, I like that answer better. Not the school's challenge answer. So that person who gave me that odd answer, meaning what?
I mean, sometimes they can, they sound intelligent and so forth, and sound like they know what they're talking about sometimes. But when you, in fact, do your research, or maybe you would have already known, you realize they don't know what they're talking about. They just sound nice.
Okay. It means what you're saying, I'm putting it another way. It means that you are pushing towards what you were told and you think that everything is perfect on that route. And when you start finding out the imperfections of the people above you, you start to wonder. Yeah. And then when the entire office is doing rubbish, you start to wonder more. Anyway, we look at all of it. In modern times, I must say though, that modern Jamaican managers have grown. They have they are doing so much better than they used to do. You don't find in the sugarcane industry, for example, you used to find, I shouldn't say I used to because you still do, people who are long service don't, not that they don't have the capability to manage, they do manage, but they do weird things. Anyway, that's how it is. So managers in general, you have to look at competence, qualification. No, that's a big one. Qualification, because people who have been in business maybe 20, 25 years have not gotten the opportunity. Well, the opportunity. They don't do well at normal management. And I say the word normal in there because they do things, but it's not normal. And you find that people who are in business are not with us, especially if you have learned in modern times and they were trained way past modern times. You find that they think very differently from you. And they are the ones that are running the companies. So you have to start to wonder. Not trying to scare you, I just trying to enlighten you, okay? They're trained and the condition, this is UTech. So I can say UTech. UTech is in a special position because it has people from the very beginning, long service people who are not as skilled in management as you would expect, and yet they are up the ladder. If you look into the business, government, industry, and those things, you start to wonder, why did this person become a manager? Well, you are just looking at work. He's been there for 25 years, you know? Anyway, he has the connections. That connection there again is a problem because he is doing things you could not do. You kind of have to more stick by the rules. He might be connected to somebody in charge. You are just a worker. Anyway, experience experience in this field that I have on the board showing you is a big problem. Experience when you have good qualification is good, it's great because you can expand from there. When you don't have any background and you're just using um, given information, so to speak, not always works out as easily. So, huh. Experience in any field is the greatest. Experience, if you don't have the background and the ability to move within your group or in your role, then you might not see the value of experience until you drop off the board. Yeah? So there's value. Levels of management. You have top management, middle management, first line management. Before I go any further, I should explain to you that um, we're going to be looking at management and the other areas. Maybe not today, but in time. So if you don't see your what you expect, is because we haven't gotten there yet. And I guess I have to say, and I don't know why, nobody has been able to tell me, this first class is 1 hour. Why? I don't know why. Not yet, but we'll see how far we can go. And I'm asking a question now. The all the other groups for this class have more than have multiple students from multiple area in there. I'm just asking. 'Cause I don't see why the class is set so you only have 1 hour per week because the other classes are not available.
I remember say we have tutorial as well, and I say.
But they're not available. It's not that the tutorials are available for everybody. At least that's what I was informed.
What you mean, sir?
So as far as I know, everyone is assigned a lecture and a tutorial, sir.
No, that's not what I'm saying. The lecture class is set 1 hour, 1 day per week. Then you have tutorial class, one for 2 hours and the other one for 2 hours. And I'm presuming that there are overlaps. Are there? In other words, you are available for one. If I call now for a tutorial class, I'm talking to half of the students or something. And then I have to go over the tutorials for the other half. So I can't use a tutorial class as a lecture class because then one group is not going to miss something to get something that they should. Anyway, don't worry about it. It will work out. With me? Back to the schoolwork. So levels of management, top managers, middle managers, first line managers, probably most important to you going out into industry, and non-managerial employees. Okay. You also have owners, people who own businesses. You have offsprings, so your family in the business. Um, you have connections, and those connections give you escalations in business life. And then you have been around for a long time, most times with good, strong experience that makes them good people, sometimes just taking up space and causing problems. But they're still part of the job, so part of the business, and you can't get rid of them. The owners sometimes are difficult to speak to because they started the business, they developed, they thought about it and etc. So they know it. You understand what I mean? They know the business. They don't know the business. And yet they take over the business and do it their way, which is sometimes not the best thing to do. They are untrained a lot of times. They're not trained. So you just coming in are easy target for scapegoating, for example. But that's management. One of the biggest problem in management is to know if you're on the right track, especially if you are an owner. You built the company and took it this far, then it's hard to convince that this is not the right way for this company to go. You understand what I mean? A manager, an owner has built this company for 20 years. and the company is doing well. But with a change in business, you understand what's going on and you could actually make this company improve given the opportunity. But you don't have that opportunity because the person ahead of you doesn't even want to listen to you. May think you're a problem to them if you're trying to make an issue out of this. And there goes your job. Anyway, so managers, three types. First line managers, individuals who manage the work, and non managerial employees. So you are the first line in management. Not a nice place to be, but as long as you do your work properly, you should be fine. Okay? Understand though that if somebody is going to get hit in the head, you are probably first in line, especially if you are the most recent employee somewhere in that group of people. Okay? So these first line managers just came in business. Guess what? They came in from college just like you guys, and they know everything. At least they think they know everything. And they have a choice. Do I push to get what I know in the business, or do I shut up and get thought of as not a very good business person? See what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yes, sir.
What did I just mean a while ago? Anything questionable? No? That's
Sustainable, no, sir, but the first line managers basically have most of the workload, but as long as they do their job appropriately, then they should be fine.
all right. Um, you are correct, almost. Yeah, it doesn't really always work like that. Because usually the first line managers are given some room to grow. You know, they when they're talking behind your back, same young man, just give him 2 more years. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you can get away in the early ages, but first line really usually means that you're pushing ahead outside your territory. But that's fine, as long as you can keep it back online and don't attack the people ahead of you. You know what that means? Guys, it's me you're talking here. Don't get scared. You know what that means, right?
Suck up to them.
Why? Humble yourself.
In a way, yes. But
You just humble yourself.
sucking up to things is very quickly going to get you nowhere. And you realize that. So you get into the point now where you can speak. Now you are talking, not disrespecting, discussing, if you see what I mean. The big difference. If you are thought of as being pushy and boasty, you might get left in the dark. So anyway, that's the first line managers. Now these are the people who just get onto the management train. So you walk carefully. Yeah. Um, I'll tell you this one. Even though you might be doing well, and in effect you might be doing too well, so well that the line managers, the first line managers ahead of you, put you out with all kind of the things that they will pull and put you out. It's a little war going on there. So you have to be careful that you tread on the right side of that battle because it can be dangerous. The next set of people are middle managers, individuals who manage the work of first line managers. So the, first, the department managers, HOD, long service people have good connections in line. They will be your boss. And if you notice something here, this is where the work starts. The management work, I should say, starts. And if you're not careful, you can get thrown out or thrown back to the wolves, meaning you don't get no promotion. Anyway, the next level up are the top managers, the individuals who are responsible for making organization-wide decisions and establishing plans and goals that affect the entire organizations. That is like your CEO. He is the boss. What happens to a company with a poor CEO? No?
Poor performance.
Not always. Not always. I think more the inability to move ahead. Not that he's doing poorly, but he's not moving ahead as he should because that holds back the company and the job that he has. So the CEO, behavior of the CEO, actually company, the company grows with the CEO. And maybe that's the other way to put it. The growth of the CEO will grow the company. Sound like the same thing. And the CEO who is weak, who cannot make it that far, is going to be a problem. Now, if you have a boss, a CEO, a owner of a company who is not well trained or not doing the job as they should, it's going to affect. But it's difficult to impossible to tell the CEO that he is a problem. True? I'll leave that
Yes, sir.
one
True.
for you.
Definitely,
True.
sir. Definitely true.
All right.
So true, so true.
So, where do managers work? Organization, a deliberate arrangement of people assembled to accomplish some specific purpose that individuals independently could not accomplish alone. So, common characteristics of organization have a distinct purpose or goal. Some amount of flexibility, but still distinct. Have a deliberate structure, hierarchy, are composed of people, modern plant. Um, have you ever heard of this cartoon called the Jetsons? You can't even answer the
Okay.
question.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Who is saying that they have heard of the
Yes, sir.
Jetsons? The cartoon? No?
No, sir.
Never heard of the
Yes,
Jetsons.
sir.
What was the Jetson about? Nothing. All right. What the
A kind of
Jetsons?
futuristic cartoon that
Like
deal with
a
technology.
future family, like a
Yeah.
family for the future. set in the future, sir.
A high-tech family.
Man and them wife and kids, I think. It's a
All
come
right.
from Boomerang.
Boomerang, what's that? Anyway, yes, you're correct. And they tried to portray this cartoon as a look at the future, how it would happen. The briefcase folds up into a car folds up into a briefcase. Anyway, all that thing was so futuristic, right? Some other things in that era, it says on the modern plant, you have a man and a dog. The the man is there to well, the dog is there to stop the man from touching the equipment. That's so, right? And then did I get it wrong? A man and a dog. So the dog is there to prevent the man from touching the machine, and the man is there to feed the dog. In other words, what they're saying that the future there'll be limited possibility of touching that machine. Eh, Modernistic in a distant past. If I was watching that when I was 20, 15 years old, then you know that is history. But we understood the futuristic and we looked at it and we understood it. I wonder what the modern jets would look like. Hmm. What do managers do? Coordinating and seeing the work activities of others so that their activities are completed efficiently, effectively, according to plan. As managers. So they lead, set examples, make decisions, motivate, take responsibility, and listen. I'm about to ask the question again. How do Jamaicans fall into this? What do they do? You see, this question sometimes is not about people like that, where you can say, okay, just put me off track a while ago. Okay, Jamaicans. You see, maybe not necessarily so much about management, but generally in life, Jamaicans do crazy things. I'll say crazy. Um, and therefore, they're not managed properly. Sometimes because they don't have the information to move, but some of them survive. When you look at um, a group of workers that don't have information, don't have education, trying but can't do anything. They're sitting on the roadside. What's your thought?
Macaster.
They're what? Say that again. No? pushing a little further.
Sir, question, sir. The remaining meeting time is about 1 minute, sir. Are we supposed to rejoin the link after it has ended?
It shouldn't even end.
That's it.
Yes, of course. Join the link. Okay. Managers, what do? Lead, they set examples, make decisions, motivate, take responsibility, and they listen. No, I had paused this to look at this last thing here. Jamaicans listening. Has that been your experience? Do they listen to anything?
No, sir.
Not all the time.
Hardly.
Do they ever listen? Yet,
Once in a while.
Once in a while, sir.
yet, they do get things done. That's the